brief understanding, because your understanding gonna come with actual practice, and I'm gonna show you how. Okay, so Mercury in Cancer, you sense things with the mind and understand that feelings are thoughts too. What does this or that thought mean? Where is it pointing? These are the questions you ask. You are subjective rather than objective. Logic, intuition, and gut instinct. Poetry, music, arts interest you. Same thing I said about here. Intuition. Why? Cancer. Mercury's in Cancer. You sense things with the mind. Why? Why is it referencing the mind? Because Mercury determines intellectual reasoning communications. So your mind is in Cancer. So you think in a nurturing fashion. Okay? It's not you see it's not as dramatic as people make it. It's not as super, it's not as hard to believe. It makes a little more sense. Okay, your Venus is in Gemini. You are friendly indeed. Love to communicate and to have deep, searching conversations. You appreciate change, variety, and making local connections. You have many avenues to explore, and you love research. You are not too domestic. Same thing what it said about not much of a domestic, because your moon's in Sag. And look, Sag is right opposite. If you look over here, Sag, here, it's right opposite. Can you see that? But Gemini there. See? Let me blow that up. Sag is opposite of Gemini. So your moon is in Sag and your Venus is in Gemini. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so on the move, you have many avenues to explore. You love research. You are not too domestic. Loyalty is not a big issue. On the move, you have many different friends and places to go. Okay, Venus is quick. Determines your love, nature, pleasures, coalitions, and physical expressions. Yours is in what, Gemini? That's why you love searching conversations, communicate, have deep. You see, simple. You appreciate change. That's Gemini. Local connections. That's Gemini. I'm a Gemini. I know Gemini well. Okay, Mars in Aquarius. You have an inner drive to improve, to reform the world, to share the wealth. True democracy. You have a feel for groups and any large scale business and community project. Independent with touch of impersonal, independent with a touch of the impersonal. With you, all persons get the same treatment. Okay, this is kind of important for you, because your north node, which is down here, I will get into in a second, is in Aquarius. And your north node is like, it's called the dragon's head. It's like your spiritual destination, what you want to work towards, what the mission your soul wants to accomplish. One of the missions your soul wants to accomplish, because another one, and I learned this from that from the book on RV Bay. This one actually, this one right here. The sign that is 3 ahead of yours is a difficulty for you that you have to master in this lifetime. For you being a Cancer, the sign 3 ahead of yours is a Libra, which you said you went straight to studying the law and the history. That's Libra, so you working towards that anyway, which is a good thing. But this information about your north node will help you a lot. So your Mars is in Aquarius in a way a person's treatment. Okay, because Mars determines your assertiveness, your actions, how you act towards people, how you treat people, and what you do. And it was in Aquarius, which is making friendships stable, lasting. It rules the social group. See, House of Friendships, Hopes and Wishes. You see you see? So that's what they're saying when they say you have a feel for groups, any large scale business, a community project. Mars in Aquarius. You see? All right, Jupiter's in Scorpio, infighter with animal like instincts. When it comes to big business, you are always where the action is most intense. Your penetrating mind gets through the BS and straight to the bottom line every time. And this is important for you as well because okay, hold on. Exciting to be near. You are entrepreneur of the big wheel, sometimes relentless and driven. Jupiter in Scorpio is trine, which is the angles I was gonna talk about with your Mercury in Cancer as well as your Sun in Cancer. Meaning, I'll show you that with this. Your Sun and where is it? Where's Jupiter? Here. Your Jupiter 27 degrees, so they got a line from there to Mercury. Excuse me, they don't have it to your Sun because, excuse me, it's not close enough in degree, but it's still in the same sign, so it's still the same energy. Because what makes planets trine means 120 degree angle from each other, and 120 degrees is always harmonious. It's always the same element. So you got the three water elements: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Your Jupiter in Scorpio, so it's trine with your Mercury. Mercury and Jupiter trine mean you think well because, as you can see here, Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, blow that up. Gemini ruled by Mercury is the house of how you think. And Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, right, is the house of mental exploration. So higher thoughts, higher knowledge, perspectives, philosophies, you see. So with yours being trine and water energy, you get a lot of insights through emotional breakthroughs, things you go through emotionally, or, other people, maybe even other people go through emotionally. You're able to get a lot out of that. Okay. So so it says Jupiter in Scorpio. Why? Because Jupiter determines your idealisms, bestow of your gifts, lux, and expansions. And yours is in Scorpio. Control the feelings and surroundings. So what it say? You always like being where it's popping at, right? That's what it said. When it comes to you, always what action is. Scorpio rules the surroundings, you see? Saturn and Gemini, you tend to avoid superficiality, hating small talk, communications in general. You may have difficulty making connections and linking up to others. You need to learn how to investigate, search out answers, and explore possibilities. Basic communication skills are required. Gemini is communication, I think. Okay, Gemini rules siblings as well. Since you have a Saturn in Gemini, you may have problems with siblings. That could happen. You may also have problems with your arms physically because it's everything. It's not just your mind, it's your physical health. It's a science to this too. I'm studying it. It's gonna take me a while to get it, but I'll get it. But in either way, Saturn rules your disciplines, retributions, limitations, and yours is in Gemini, says communication. You see, obstructions. It's something you got to master. How to express your thoughts, express your ideologies, you know what I mean, with other people. You know what I mean? Maybe even how to come to an understanding of them for yourself, being that your moon is in Sag. Your perspective is very important. So, you may have, at your age now, you've learned how to deal with it. This will explain to you what your problems were that you've already figured out. Because at your age now, you've dealt with this. You still have small issues in this, probably, but just in life, we learn how to deal with ourselves, you know what I mean? Without knowing why. But now you'll know why. So now you could be able to work on ways to better certain things. Certain things you didn't even realize necessarily were a problem per se. Okay. So I'm not, I ain't gonna go no further than that on those because I got it all right here for you. I'll let you read that. I want to read Chiron. Chiron is not one that's popular, but some people say it rules Virgo. Not really important whether it does or not. What you do need to understand is that it represents a wounded part of you that you have to heal, that you have to work on. So listen, people with Chiron and Aries in their birth chart have had to deal with personal injuries, both physical and psychological. And yet these people are not your regular victims. Others may not even be able to tell that those people have had deep injuries. This is because Chiron and Aries people shake off their pain and move forward quickly. They're extremely resilient. These are people that have friends who feel their pain more than they themselves do. So your friends be like, "Damn, bro, you went through that," and you like, "Yeah, man, I mean, I had to do that." All right, Chiron and Aries people will be the ones telling you to suck it up when you're hurt. Chiron is about pain and healing. People with Chiron in Aries heal quickly without much thought, blazing trails even while warm blood drips from their open wounds. You may think that they're insensitive until you find out just how many painful, damaging experiences they had. Then you'll wonder how they even survived. So I put the link to that in there. You can go because it's deeper than that. It keeps going. And the North Node, very, very important. I just recently had a revelation about this myself, about my own life. Like, it's crazy. I'll let you find your own way. I'm not gonna tell you what happened to me. I'll let you find your own way. But essentially, like I say, your North Node is the soul's purpose. It's going to present a problem. It's really not your North Node that's the problem. It's your South Node that's the problem, which is the opposite of the North Node. The North Node is what you have to work towards. The South Node is what you're comfortable in. Okay, so I'm gonna give you. I got you the degrees on that because the degrees are important. Because that's why I'm gonna stop reading and go to the chart to show you something about the degrees specifically and the subsigns and things of that nature. But to sum this part up, I left this article right here about. You should read that about the North Node. It's about the Cinderella story, and the Cinderella story is essentially a story about the North Node. And I didn't know that until today because I was reading. So it's a great story, but essentially, it's what you're uncomfortable doing, but you're good at when you start doing it. Okay, a calling into humanitarian and broad social ideals and issues, and interest and karma for group work and ideals. That's because the Aquarius. Remember, I told you, the Aquarius rules the group. The friends, social groups, etc. A more science temple. Okay, hint, hint. And you said you are in Fort Worth. I'm in Dallas. I just put that out there. But anyway, release the South Node is the thing. Release the South Node. Attention-seeking, desire for drama, materialism, making it all about you, focusing too much on the external, self-gratification, entitlement, being overly protective or loyal to a fault, fear of branching out, avoiding groups, vanity, over-the-top emotional responses. These are Leo attributes because your South Node is in Leo. That probably you may have dealt with a lot when you were younger. I imagine now at this age you've gotten over most of this, if not all. But I'm sure you had to deal with some of this when you was younger, just because I was studying my South Node recently, and it's like, God, man, I didn't realize it was like that. But yeah. So anyway, embrace team spirit, cooperation, humanitarian cause, a sense of purpose. Uplifting fallen humanity. So you already doing this. You see, so sustaining living weird people, cutting edge ideas, focusing on other people, detaching from drama, objective and rational approaches. I wonder, have you had an idea of like? I don't know how active you are in it, but have you had the idea of jumping into it? Like, that may be what they're saying to you. Just my opinion. But anyway, I'm gonna send you all these links, Chaldean, the numbers, etc. Put it in the email, and I already sent you these charts so you can look at these while you're watching this video. I did a different type of numerology to the planets based on the Chaldean numbers, so I wouldn't take too much of that in right now. Wait a little bit, get the first understandings, and then you can start looking at this. This whole chart is kind of, I ain't gonna say advanced, but for you, the signs where it's ruled and where it's exalted, that's good information. Physically rules this, Metaphysically rules, just quick little information there. Same thing here. I got to color code it, make it pop out. So I sent you all those, but some of this chart now. I say sum it up, but I don't know how long this is gonna take. All right, check it out. These sub signs. Okay, I'm gonna send you a video. I don't want to explain it here because if I explain it, it's gonna take a minute. But I'm gonna send you 2 videos before this one, because I know I was gonna send you one. I'm gonna send you this other one about the sub signs. You should get understanding. But essentially, without breaking it down too much, each sign has the 12 signs within it. Okay, because the universe is fractal. How it creates on one level, it creates on the next. You find that out by studying the golden ratio, 1.618. It's the golden ratio, 1 to 1.618. It's found. It's the spiral of our hair. As our hair as Afro Americans, Moorish Americans is the only ones that does that. All right, so you understand what I'm saying. We are the original people. We are the golden ratio personified. Okay, so that in astrology plays out as 12 signs within each sign. So it's based on the degree. So yours being 12. Oh, you know what? I didn't send you that. I ain't gonna pull it up right now. Hold on. Give me a sec. Man, I couldn't find what I was looking for. I created my own chart to explain this, but I couldn't find it. I'll find it and send it to you. Okay, but the duods, or the signs within the signs. The duods are the 12 2.5 degree segments of a zodiac sign. Each duad starts with the zodiac sign, then progresses through each of the following signs in order. E.g., if a zodiac sign is Sagittarius, which is good because your moon is Sagittarius, then the first 2 degrees in 30 minutes will be Sagittarius duad of Sagittarius. The second degree, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, will be the Capricorn duad of Sagittarius. The third degree will be the Aquarius, etc. Okay, watch. Your moon is 4 degrees Sagittarius. Okay, you see it? 4 degrees Sagittarius. Since it's 4 degrees, that's in between 2.5 and 5. Remember, it said the first 2 degrees and 30 minutes. 30 minutes is 0.5, half of an hour, will be Sagittarius. The second will be Capricorn, right? So yours is in Capricorn. You see, I got the little symbol for that's the symbol for Capricorn. All right. So you understand those are it's called the duods. It's a Hindu principle of astrology. Okay, so it's not, like none of this is new. None of this. All right. So that's what you understand this is. I got a chart I'm gonna send you where you ain't gotta figure it out. I got it column color coded, look good anyway. So your sun is 12 degrees Cancer. Now, if it would have been 12 and below 30 right here, right, it would have been the Scorpio degree of Cancer. It would have been 12 and a half, 12, 30 minutes. Would have been the Scorpio degree. But since it was that 9 minutes after, since that's what the time you was born, it's the Sagittarius degree. Just so happened your moon is in Sagittarius. So you a Cancer, but you a Sagittarius type of a Cancer. This is why, 2 people could be Cancers but be completely different. Because one could be 12 degrees and the other one could be 23 degrees, which would be the Leo degree. Which, okay, will create a different person, different type of a person. No, I don't think that'll be Leo degree either. Taurus degree. Anyway, it ain't important. I be trying to figure stuff out on the fly. I want to have this like the back of my hand, so I practice. But anyway, so so you see that correlation, your sun and your moon connection. I got that something similar to that as well. Capricorn, your moon is Sagittarius, Capricorn type of Sagittarius. So the way you understand that is the moon in Sagittarius, your perspectives is what soothes you, right? But since it's 4 degrees, the Capricorn, it's the what can you do with your perspectives that will soothe you? Or what have you done? Because Capricorn rules legacy. So what have you done, or what will you be remembered for, as far as what will your perspectives be remembered for? You understand what I'm saying? That will satisfy your actions. So meaning, like, okay, your sun is in Cancer, so you're you're a nurturing person, type that want to take care of people. You don't like to see people down. You want to see people come up, but since it's the Sagittarius sub sign, you feel like if they had a better perspective about how they was doing stuff, they'll be better off. You know what I mean? And then you and your moon in Sagittarius, the sub sign, the sun sub sign Sagittarius, and your moon being in Sagittarius kind of play off each other. So you may be kind of an impulsive person. You may have been one of them people who somebody was like, I ain't asked you to do that. You know what I mean? Maybe good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really asked you to do all that. You may be like, well, I'm trying to help. And, people may be, what I'm saying? You may be kind of overprotective. Your Mercury is in Cancer, which is the Gemini degree of Cancer. It's like the last degree of Cancer. So it's like, you care about people closest to you a lot. That's very important to you. You know what I mean? And yourself as well. You probably ain't gonna let nobody. Well, with that moon in Sagittarius, you may have jumped into some stuff that you may have regretted later. But, that's everybody. And then your Venus is in Gemini. You like to talk to people. Like I say, okay, look at that. Your Mercury is in Cancer in the Gemini degree. Your Venus is in Gemini in the Taurus degree, which Venus rules Taurus. So, and that's another thing I want to. Okay. Well, let me keep going. All right. So, the sub signs give you the subtle difference between you and another of whatever sign you in. You know what I mean? Like you and another Cancer, or your Jupiter's in Scorpio in the Virgo degree. Okay, so you're very technical. You're very technical with your with what you want. You know what you want, and you want a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you want it. You know exactly how you want it laid out. And you know what I'm saying? You don't really play no games about it, because Scorpio don't play no games. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars. You don't play no games. And I didn't give you your chain of planets here. I should have gave you your chain of planets. But that's another study. Maybe I'll give you that later. You can get these basics first. You got to get these basics. So I also broke down your elements, so you see where you strong, where you weak at. You don't have a lot of earth energy in your main signs, your main planets and signs. Don't have a lot of earth energy, but in your sub signs you do have a lot of earth energy, so it kind of gets balanced. But that's still your weakest. I bet people kind of, especially with your Neptune being in Sagittarius. Oh, excuse me. Mess up the flow. See how it go? Especially with that Neptune and Sagittarius, you may have, like I say, jumped into some things that people may have questioned. Yeah, it's 0 degrees Sagittarius too. So, and what I'm saying, I say that because the lack of Earth is the grounding principle. It's what keep you grounded. Like, I know I got this. I can go here. I'll be here. I ain't worried about nothing. I can always have this. With you having so much air and so much earth, and not that much earth, you probably was more like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I can do it, especially with your houses being lined up. That first house being in Aries, so you present yourself like an Aries, like you on top of your game. So, we can go on forever, but I'm gonna cut it short. It's an hour. I wanted to, I had to give you something to bless me, so bless me. We gotta keep our language right. Yeah, I broke down your cardinal, fixed, immutable signs, which you can see here. Hold on, you see it better here. You got the 3 and the 4. You got your 4 elements, and you got your 3 modalities. You got Aries, cardinal, Taurus, fixed, Gemini, mutable. Cancer, cardinal, Leo, fixed, Virgo, mutable. Libra, cardinal, get it? Bet. So you got 3 modalities: cardinal, fixed, mutable. Then you got the 4 elements: fire, earth, air, water. All right, you can see that clearly on here. Fire, earth, air. Fire, earth, air, water. All right. Now you got 1 cardinal water, 1 fixed water. Then you got 1 mutable water. Then you got 1 cardinal fire, 1 fixed fire, 1 mutable fire. Okay? You see it right here. Fire, mutable. Fire, cardinal. Fire, fixed. Earth, mutable. Earth, cardinal. Earth, fixed. 3 times 4 is 12. Astrology. And that's it. It's all math. Alright. Don't get too caught up in planets and galaxies and stars. Just think mythology and energy. No different than Heru and Set or Jesus and Mary. It's all the same. It's all based on this, pretty much. So peace and love, brother. If Tracy is kind of a unisex name. You know what I mean? Like, I just automatically assume you're a brother. I hope I'm right. Apologize if I'm wrong. Because, I know a couple Tracys that I grew up with, So, but anyway, peace and love. Take it easy.